LEGO Worlds is an incredible game. It's like having an endless bucket of Legos. You can build a huge castle or a small house in the clouds. Learn how to design and create your own world with me in this tutorial series. Become a master designer/builder. In this series, you'll learn how to design and build many different architectural styles. We'll cover lighting, furnishing, and decorating, interior and exterior spaces. We'll build castles, dungeons, bridges, skyscrapers, and even a spaceship. So get your game ready and follow along. Hey guys, welcome back to Designing and Building in LEGO Worlds. I'm Brandon, this is Max. In the last episode, we built this incredible cliff house for Max. A city is made up of more than just buildings. The landscape and roads around your buildings is just as important and can make all the difference in the overall look of the city. In this episode, we are going to show you some techniques for landscaping and building sloped roads. We're building a city in a very mountainous area, and therefore many of the roads are not flat. If you guys watch my other series, Let's Play LEGO Worlds, then you are familiar with this beautiful city. This is called Ivory City. Now, we don't have a ton of space up here on top of the mountain because we started kind of filling it up with all these other buildings, and we have a dino park back here. We're going to keep building a bunch of buildings in this area, mostly residential type buildings and maybe some other retail spaces, but we can expand onto this part of the island. There's a lot of relatively flat space and a ton of area that we can build some taller buildings, and we want to put the police station right down in here somewhere. Now we're going to have to make a road that goes up to the other part of Ivory City. So what we're going to do is cut a road right through here that's going to go down the mountainside and all the way into this area. The new road is going to start right over here by our friend Wildstyle's house, and it's going to go all the way down the mountainside. We're going to build a sidewalk along one side of the road with a staircase. That way it's easy for the LEGO citizens to get up and down from different parts of the cities without getting run over by the LEGO cars. We have a dino park over here that's pretty enormous, so it takes up a lot of room, and we don't want to move that. We like the location. We like that Sheila can come over here and study the dinosaurs because she is a paleontologist after all. So instead of building over here, we think it's better to expand the city down on the lower portion, which is right over here. We've done our best to maintain the original landscape and build around it because I think it looks much cooler to build a city into an existing hilly landscape. But we are going to have to remove one of these trees because it's right in the way of the road. But instead of totally remove it, we're going to take it and we're going to move it over here closer to the stairs of the Ivory Tower. We want to keep as many trees as we can in Ivory City. To move this tree, we're going to make a copy with the copy tool. Now that we've copied the tree, we can go ahead and remove it with the Add and Remove tool. We're going to keep the box fairly small because we don't want to hit the branches from the other trees. Be sure to continually rotate your view if you're removing trees so that you can see the branches that are left over. Now we're going to place the tree closer to the Ivory Tower. Normally I use the free build tool, but there seems to be a glitch with the latest version which doesn't allow you to raise or lower or even rotate brick builds. So instead we're going to use the Discovery tool. It's not quite as accurate, but at least you can rotate and you can use the right shift or right control to move the tree up or down. We're going to move the tree down. And we're going to make sure that blending is on, and then we're going to place it. Now don't worry if you do it wrong, you can always open up the discovery tool again and press the Z key, and that will undo the last thing that you built. Although we don't like the way it dug a huge crater in the ground. So in fact, we're going to undo the placement, and then we're going to move the tree higher so that we don't get that huge hole in the ground. Let's keep the tree at the height that it is now, and we're going to place it right here and see what it looks like. It seems like that is much better. Looks like it raised the ground up a little bit, but we didn't end up with that giant hole like we did last time. So we actually really like that. So we're gonna keep that the way it is. Oh, hey Max, sorry we started building without you. We got confused and we had Sheila here building instead. You don't mind, do you? Max doesn't mind, but Max is back. What do you think, Max? How does that tree look? Looks pretty amazing, right? Let's see what it looks like from Max's point of view. Wow. I think Max is gonna wanna build a tree house in that someday. What do you guys think? All right, Max, now that we have moved the tree, we can go ahead and clear out this space so we can start building the road. And we're going to use the add or remove tool to do that. We want to make sure that the box is red, which means it will be removing bricks. And we're going to make the tool quite a bit larger. We want to make it at least as large as the sidewalk and road. We're going to move the cursor over here and we're going to compare it to the existing road. Now it looks like it's still not quite wide enough, so we're going to make it a little bit bigger. We're going to go to the maximum size of the tool, and that looks like it should be big enough to accommodate the road and the sidewalk. But first we're going to test it out here and see exactly how wide it is. That looks like it's wide enough. All right, let's undo that. And then we are going to move this into the correct position. Now, in order to get this in the right place, we need to pay attention to what the red highlighted area is doing. That is the area that's going to be removed. Let's click on the info button so that we know which keys do what. We need to move the shape up a little bit because right now it's too low. We're going to use the right shift button to move the shape upwards. Now, if we look at the red, we can see that now we're a little bit too high, so we need to move back down. When in doubt, you can go ahead and test it and see what it does. And it looks like that is pretty close, but not quite right. We need to go down just a little bit more. And we also need to move over this way a little bit. This takes a little bit of trial and error, but you can always undo and redo. Now that looks like it's perfect. Now let's go ahead and keep carving out the hillside. Be sure to pay close attention to what the red highlighted area is doing so that you know if you're in the right position. We need to make sure we get low enough that we don't hit those branches. It's okay if we go too low because we're going to be building bricks across the surface of the road. Now we had that in a slightly wrong position, so we're going to do it again. Perfect. We're going to have to adjust our soccer field here because the stairs and the road will run into it, but that will be an easy adjustment to make. So for now, we're going to keep cutting through the hillside. Remember that it's okay if we get lower than this surface here. The two lines on the sides are more important. Max, you did a great job. That looks amazing. I mean, it looks messy right now, but don't worry, we're going to build in a beautiful ramped road here with a sidewalk. Now that we have a hole cut out of the mountainside, we are going to build a set of stairs that run along this side using the 2x8 white brick. We don't want to have to chop down this tree, so we are going to turn the road and the sidewalk so that it goes through here between these two trees. We're going to turn the side stairs again so that we miss this tree here. It looks like we will have to remove this tree after all, but we did manage to save most of the trees. Now that we have our sidewalk complete, let's go ahead and clear away some more of the mountainside so we can get the road in. We're going to use the remove tool and we're going to line it up with the existing road here. Now it looks like we need to go one more brick downwards, so we're going to use the right control button. Alright, looks like we have enough cleared away so that we can build the road. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect at all because most of it will be covered up by the road, so don't worry about making that look good. We just want to get rid of enough of the bricks so that we can easily build the road and not have to worry about clearing away more bricks. Now we're going to use the remove tool to remove some of these bricks here because this slope is a little bit too steep. Then we're going to use the smooth tool and smooth it out a little bit. We want to remove this single layer of bricks along the white wall here. So to do that, we're going to use the remove tool and we're just going to carefully remove those bricks. Now we're going to start building the road, and we're going to use a combination of slope plates and flat plates, and we're going to use the dark stone gray color. Now this next level we have a large flat area of road, so we're going to have to use a slightly steeper slope for the rest of this section here so that we can get down to this level. We've created an extremely steep slope on this part of the road, so we just want to make sure that it's not too steep for cars to go up. So Max has hopped in the car here and yay, it works! Alright, excellent. Now we're going to create a dividing wall between the natural landscape and the road. We're going to use the 2x8 brick in white. If you run into an issue where you're having some trouble placing the brick where you want to, you can either hold down your right mouse button and move the brick into place using the WASD, Control and Shift keys, or you can place a temporary brick that you can snap to, and then place your bricks, and then remove the original brick. Sometimes that's faster. Now we're going to line the outside of the walkway with the signature Ivory City lampposts. We want to continue this glowing line that you see throughout Ivory City, and we're going to do that with the 2x2 plate in the white glow color. Now we're going to use the 1x2 plate in the same white glow color so that we can connect the different sections of lights. going to cap the wall with the 2x2 flat tile in white. We're covering the edges with the 1x2 flat tile. Putting this cap on makes it so the light isn't too intense because it does get pretty bright. Hey Max, this is looking pretty incredible. Now we're going to do the same thing to the right side of the stairs all the way up. Hey Max, this is looking pretty incredible. Now it's time to cover the studs in the 1x8 flat tile in the medium stone gray color. So this is looking pretty amazing, and one of the reasons that we love it so much is because there is a lot of contrast between this really beautiful, smooth, white, shiny surface on the walls here and the railings, and then you have this really nice organic green landscape that butts right up into it. So it creates a lot of really cool visual interest. So what we want to do is take that a little bit further, and we want to turn this side of the building into sort of a planter. And so we're going to have a green surface on the top, and then we're going to put a bunch of viney looking plants, and we're going to use the 1x1 flower plate to do that in the dark green color. And then we're going to put a bunch of colored flower plates on top of that, just like we did near the entrance of the stairs to the ivory tower. It will soften this edge up, and it will make it look like it's been here for a while and you've got these really pretty plants growing through it. We want the vines to look like they are growing up and over the sides, so we want to create sort of a vining effect with the 1x1 flower plate. You'll have to rotate your view while you're doing this to make sure that it looks right from all angles. Now we're going to put some different colored flower plates to make it look like there are some flowers growing on these vines. This is looking pretty awesome, so we're going to go ahead and keep this going all the way up the wall. All right, guys, we are all done building for now, and it turned out pretty amazing. On the left side here, we have the stairs that go all the way up to the main part of Ivory City. And then right here, we have the road where you can drive a car up and down. And I think we're being attacked. Yep. That's not cool, dude. Where'd you go? Oh, he's walking away. We don't need to. It's fine. You know what, buddy? Next time. Yeah, that's right. You better watch out, because next time we're gonna beat you up. We're not gonna let you get away with that. All right, so why don't we head up the sloped road here so you guys can see what it looks like from Max's point of view. Wow, look at the tower. Looks amazing. And we've got all these really pretty vines here growing down the sides. The landscaping in your city is just as important as the buildings, because the landscaping is what connects everything together. So we're going to head up the brand new staircase that we built in the last episode of the Ivory Tower here. And we're going to see what it looks like when you head out over here onto the patio. Let's zoom out here a little bit and let's look over the edge. Wow. Looks pretty incredible, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow designing and building in LEGO Worlds and learn more about building your own LEGO world, then please subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.